joining us on a Sunday morning. I do have a very busy schedule, and you also have travel plans lined up. So really appreciate you taking time off on a Sunday morning to join us for this walk the talk conversation. A little bit about your background. I know that you're from you've done a 1 year program with IIM Ahmedabad, and then you went on to XLRI to do a organization leadership program. You were a country manager with Reinders Label Printing. Then you went on to work for DuPont China, where you also looked after key accounts and technical marketing. Then a managing director for Windmoller and Holscher. Solanus after that for 2 years and 8 months or so in the capacity of a director, regional business director, and then a director for Southeast Asia. And now as a business director for Asia Pacific Packaging and Converting. Is that right? Have I got that all right?
Yeah, yeah,
All right,
yeah.
good, excellent. So, since you have worked with such key accounts and technical marketing, and in your capacity, where you worked on very large projects as far as marketing sizes are concerned, and the budgets are concerned, very often we see that when people get such huge challenges, they kind of jump into the foray, they jump into the fray, and they want to immediately start cracking deals, right? So how important do you think thinking or critical thinking is as far as success with projects like this and technical marketing is concerned?
Yeah, thanks, Manveer, for having me talk to you about my experience as well. This is also an enriching experience for me while I do this.
Thank you.
Thanks yeah, thanks. So, eh, uh, yes, in my field, especially in our field, let me give you a brief background. Um I've been engaging with the printing and packaging field for the last 27 years. And yes, over the last 20 odd years, I have seen people and especially our customers and prospect customers going to very large projects. And we engage with them right from the moment the inception of the project is done
Correct.
to the successful implementation of the project.
Fantastic.
And also to make sure that we go through them the whole 9 yards, if I may say so.
Wow.
Uh,
Okay.
yeah. So I think critical thinking in terms of this is very important because whenever we are engaging with such large projects, especially which are very technical down projects, although they might be very large in terms of capital, they might be capital intensive projects.
Correct.
Uh, they and there is always the pressure from the sales to make sure that you close a deal at the earliest.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, there's always that pressure. But then, as somebody told me, a good salesman always plans ahead of time, so it's not a pressure when it's the monthly closing
True.
date.
True. True. True.
So it happens quite well. So in that sense, I think in especially in our field in the packaging and printing, as I've grown into the domain, and as the domain also has grown in the India and the Southeast Asia and Asia Pacific region, we have seen our customers, who we call as converters, go
Okay.
from a very small scale business. And when they started small. And at some point of time, they were also small, right? So,
Right.
and then they are taking the next leap into the big project.
Right.
So, so when you're talking to them and you're being called upon, I think one aspect is to look at yourself as not just a supplier or a vendor, but
Right.
look at yourself as a solution partner to them. And
Wow.
this
That's
is how
fantastic.
I've been seeing myself all along. The idea of engaging me and my team along with our prospect customers and finally customers are not just customers, but they are partners in the game because we are building um, our brand along with them, and they are
Fantastic.
building their brand also along with us.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Amazing.
because when for example, a small converter starts to take a larger leap, and he wants to invest close to 3 to 5 million dollars. That's a big amount, and he's also trying to understand how he can make his ROI work
Sure.
very quickly. And and get his make sure his bank is also kept happy, and at the
Sure.
same time he is doing what the market needs are doing. So therefore, critical thinking comes in play very much important here, because I think you need to study, you need to understand what is it that will be the success plan for this particular customer, because each customer might be different. You cannot have one size fits all, and
Absolutely.
you can't have the same cookie cutter for everyone. So you need to probably study the customer's background, study
Sure.
their, understand their capabilities, and
Sure.
for us, capability understanding is very important, because once they are embracing, let's say, a new technology or a
Sure.
larger project, they need that capability to handle that and then work beyond that, not just in terms of technology, but also in terms of working capital,
True.
right? So,
So is this
so I,
something that you also impress upon with your teams or the people? Because you obviously cannot be everywhere. You can provide the leadership, you can provide the vision to your organization, to people who work with you in different parts of the market that you're handling. Is this something that you really impress or try and instill in them as part of their sales plan process, that they should focus on critical thinking?
Absolutely. I think that's the step one. And it's a very definite part of the sales cycle process,
Okay.
especially in capital projects. So first thing is to have an exploratory kind of discussion, and to understand why is it that this particular team or customer or prospect is willing to invest or put so much money on the
Sure.
table,
Sure.
and then to understand, where is he coming from. And the most important thing is from, because we understand the market as well.
Right.
Uh, is there a market need for this? That's
Right.
also important, and you have to be honest here. Sometimes, like you exactly said, sometimes the salespeople are under pressure and they want to close an order very quickly.
Correct.
But we have seen projects done elsewhere where the projects have been successfully closed very quickly, which we were also surprised. But in the long run, after a year, we see that they are not really functioning.
I know. I
Um,
remember you mentioning some of those things when we spoke
yeah,
offline. I remember that. I remember that. Yes.
yeah. So it's very important to go through this, and also make sure that at some point of time you are engaging the customer also into this discussion, and seeing if he has explored these aspects of the projects or not. And if he is not, then I think there is some kind of an education that is involved as well, both
Right.
within the team and also my team with the customer.
Sure. So let me quickly ask you something now, Suhas. If there was an assessment tool that captured these parameters that you're mentioning in terms of critical thinking and building a relationship with the client, understanding the market, identifying the need, working as a solution provider. If there was an assessment tool that captured these things, do you think it would be effective in the context of your industry, and possibly in a larger space, the sales industry, sales and marketing industry per se?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I have seen over a period of time, and um, I started off as a technical person myself and went on to being a business leader and manager. And one of the key aspects I found was just not just technology understanding, but also understanding people's capabilities.
Correct. Very good.
And therefore, I think mapping people's capabilities and understanding how you can make sure that you are engaging them in the right way, using their right capabilities, is very important.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much, Suhas. Thank you so much. That brings us to the end of this conversation. I really wish I could continue this for an extended period of time. I wish I could keep chatting with you, because there is so much to learn when one starts talking to you. I can almost pick your brains for the 27 years of experience, and I'm sure I'll get more than 27 episodes that we'll be able to talk about. But we have to close this here now, Suhas. And thank you so much. Really appreciate your time, your perspective, and your experience. We look forward to talking to you again soon on something else in the future. But for now, this is it. Thanks, Suhas. Have a great day and a fantastic travel. I know you're leaving this evening for a foreign destination, so all the best.
Thank you, and thank you for having me talk to you as well. We'll be happy to engage further also. Thank you so much, Neil.
Thanks, Suhas. Bye bye.
Yeah. Thank you.